honorable members of the Federal Parliament, friends in the German Committee in Solidarity with the Free Iran, greetings to everyone. Thank you for your solidarity with the Iranian people in their struggle for freedom and democracy. Let me first point out the Iranian resistance's victory yesterday. With tremendous efforts, many revelations and filing complaints, Raisi was obliged to retreat from participating at the Global Refugee Forum in Geneva. Dear friends, I'm here today at this conference to convey two messages to Western governments and the European Union. The first message highlights the need to address the crisis and tragic war in the Middle East by targeting the root cause, the religious dictatorship in Iran. Without considering this fundamental issue, a conclusive solution will not emerge. The second message underscores that 40 years of appeasement of this regime has been the significant factor contributing to war and instability in the region. To avoid repeating past mistakes, it's crucial to implement a firm policy against the regime and endorse the Iranian people's and resistance's efforts in putting an end to the regime. The answer is found in the Iranian resistance's democratic alternative and their push for a free and peaceful Iran without nuclear weapons. They want to establish a republic that respects the separation of religion and the state and autonomy for oppressed nationalities. Over the years of struggle against the mullah's misogynist regime, we managed to realize women's equality in our movement. 56% of members of the National Council of Resistance of Iran are women. The Central Council of the People's Mujahideen Organization is composed of 1,000 women. They come from all parts of society and have more than 40 years of experience in a struggle. They are a source of hope and inspiration to Iranian women. This major achievement guarantees the establishment of an advanced society respecting gender equality in the future free Iran. Dear friends, I want to draw your attention to some crucial facts. One, the religious dictatorship has been able to fuel the ongoing war in the Middle East through its proxy groups. This is the outcome of silence and inaction toward this regime and appeasing it. If this policy continues, the regime could cause even more disasters. During the invasion of Iraq, the country opened its gates to the terrorist Quds force. After the Iranian resistance exposed the regime's nuclear sites in 2002, instead of imposing sanctions and banning its enrichment of uranium, Western governments started negotiating and giving concessions to the regime. Two, Khamenei and his criminal president have reached a deadlock in the face of the Iranian people's uprising against the regime. So, to contain their internal crisis, they resort to external wars. This is a unique feature of this regime. In just 2 months since the Middle East conflict began, they have executed 230 prisoners in Iran. Western policies, however, failed to stop such grave human rights violations or prevent the regime's meddling in the region. Even they often aided the regime in practice. 3. European intelligence agencies, particularly in Germany, have repeatedly highlighted that the Iranian regime's primary targets in Europe are the National Council of Resistance and the PMOI. The regime's agents gather information and carry out disinformation campaigns against the Iranian resistance. The German police found numerous notebooks in the car belonging to the regime's terrorist diplomat Asadullah Assadi. One such notebook, known as the Green Notebook, contained 289 addresses of appointments with the regime's agents in various countries, half of them in Germany. Assadi paid many of them. Unfortunately, these notebooks were never made public. Recently, a network of regime infiltrators in the US and Europe was uncovered. On December 4, the NCRI representative office in Berlin was attacked by the regime's terrorists. The clerical regime has mobilized all its forces for suppression of the Mujahideen. These days in Tehran, they are holding a show trial for more than 100 members of the PMI in their absence. This show is part of the regime's reaction to the spread of the network of resistance units, escalation of their activities and operations, and added credibility of the Iranian resistance across Iran and the globe. The mullahs confessed that they fear young people joining the PMI. 5, 3 European countries, France, the UK, and Germany, have confirmed that according to IAEA standards, the Iranian regime has 3 times the amount of 60% enriched uranium needed to make a nuclear bomb. In fact, the regime has never given up its effort to obtain the bomb. Without a decisive policy, the world risks being surprised by the regime's nuclear project. In July, 177 members of the Bundestag, along with 350 members of state parliaments, including the majority from Niedersachsen and Bremen, signed a declaration urging an end for decades of appeasement of the Iranian regime. They proposed a solution centering around the Iranian people and the Iranian resistance. Dear friends, at the heart of the Middle East crisis lies a fundamental reality. Tehran stands as the primary source of both warmongering and terrorism in the region. To address this threat, we suggest a solution involving 4 key measures. First, designating the IRGC as a terrorist organization. Second, activating the snapback mechanism in Security Council Resolution 2231 and ensuring full implementation of UN security resolutions concerning the regime's nuclear projects and comprehensive sanctions. Third, declaring the regime an imminent threat to global peace and security and placing it under Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter. And fourth, recognizing the Iranian people's struggle to overthrow the regime and the courageous fight of Iranian youth against the terrorist IRGC. I thank you all very much. I wish you the best of health and success in the new year.